First and foremost, great presentations. You all deserve a round of applause, teacher. Very, very professional, great communication, and realizing that you all got the case study a week ago or 7 or 8 days ago. You all did a real thorough job. Really want your presentation so that we can add value to the company as well as the entire economy itself with some bright ideas you all have, and stay in touch with us. You all represent the future of our global economy. When you really think about it, number of countries you represent, and with the globalization of all the economy we're going to have across the world, and even the level playing field we're going to have, you all just represent, you're just an excellent sample of the entire world's population and the way the whole growth of the economy is happening. So it's really fantastic. We could have been the whole night over here with you all. Speak for yourself. That could be true. Again, you also had a lot of great ideas. In all sincerity, you had a lot of good ideas. We're listening to your ideas. That's the reason we are saying, we'll take your input, feedback, and hopefully we'll help you all with the customers. At the end of the day, Walmart does touch 200 million customers every week. We touch 200 million customers. No other company in the world touches 200 million customers a week. And, but still the world's population is 7 billion, so we have a long ways to go. So, we're still scratching the surface and touching all the customers. A couple of takeaways. What I thought was, I thought a few minutes ago, what can I give you as a couple of takeaways based on my experience working in, I've been working in retail for the last 23, 25 years. I've worked only in retail at different companies like Family Dollar Stores, Gap, Food Line in the last 9 years at Walmart, in different areas of like store operations, technology, and supply chain logistics. So what I thought I'll do is give you a couple of tips based on my experience as well as the learnings I personally have gotten from the past CEOs in the company, starting from Sam Walton, and I had the opportunity and pleasure of working with the past 3 CEOs, Lee Scott, Mike Duke, and now Doug McMillan, who are leading now close to a $500 billion company at Walmart. Two things. First thing is, in order to be a successful leader, there are four traits that I've learned and the CEOs have really embraced in the recent history in Walmart, Walmart history the last couple of decades. Number one is integrity. In order to be a very successful leader, always start with the foundation of integrity. That's not optional. Don't underestimate that. As you get into the business world, and some of you have a lot of experience already, but it's more important in the future than it has been in the past. With the technology and the internet and everything else happening with the customer, I've seen a lot of smart people. I've seen a lot of great talent, but they missed on the integrity, and they never went up the ladder. So number one trait and attribute to be a successful leader is integrity, because integrity is not 99.9%. It's a binary. There's no black and white over there. You do it or you don't do it. And integrity is not a textbook dictionary. And that's what we think in Walmart. It's not a textbook dictionary of just being honest. That's not integrity. That's more. If you want to really go deep, it's about being fully transparent and having one consistent agenda which aligns to the company's strategy. Being completely upfront, being candid. There's a lot of details on the integrity piece. So take that very seriously as you get back into the business world. 2, being caring and compassionate. That's very important. You've got to care for your associates. You've got to care for your family, care for your community. The more consistent leader you are, number 3 is consistency. The more consistent leader you are at work, at home, and the community, the better leader you're going to be. I've seen a lot of people, you can be a Amazon employee or a Walmart or Procter & Gamble. You don't check out of the workplace and then be a different person once you leave the workplace. The more consistent you are, those are the leaders who are always go up the chain and go up the ranks. So integrity, caring, and compassionate. 3, consistency, and 4, to the operational excellence. You got to be excellent on operational execution. That's very important. These are all the how pieces. As you want to be a successful leader, you covered a lot of the what in terms of the results, the ideas, the smartness, the functional knowledge and experience, which is extremely important. But that's, in my opinion, 50% of the battle as you go up the ladder. The how you get those results is equally important. That's what differentiates a very successful, humble leader to somebody who just wants to be a strong technically. I'm saying that because you all are MBA graduates, because I'm assuming that you all want to go up the corporate ladder, not just be a strong IT person or a strong analyst. I just made an assumption that you all want to go up the corporate ladder and become CEOs of the company or the chief operating officer of the company. So think about all the 4 things I mentioned: integrity, caring and compassionate, consistency, operational excellence. And then that's a how. And the what of the ledger, you have the balance sheet, you have the assets and the liabilities, the other side of the ledger is getting the results, and you got to be functionally very good in your area of expertise, whether you're a merchant or whether you're a financial expert or whichever area it is, you got to be an expert on that as well. That's all that gets coupled together to be a very successful leader, an expert in the area of career you try to get into. So that's where I just want to end. Any